Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? I am your host, Julie. Welcome to tonight's show. So, in the spirit of getting ready for Thanksgiving here in the U.S., I thought tonight's topic would actually be a great one to talk about blessings and 30 seconds of counting your blessings. So you ask, what is 30 seconds of counting your blessings? So I was taught a technique in my mediumship classes, which I find very, very useful. And I have to credit the teaching to Bonnie Worth, an exceptional medium who I know and love. And she taught us about blessings and counting gratitude and how to do that. And if you ever recognize or realize, some days you're off, you're not in a really good mood, things just don't seem to be going your way, you can get into this space that will help lift your vibration and actually change the way you feel about yourself and about what's going on. And I've been using the technique, and I think it's really wonderful. So what you do is you think of something that you are grateful for, and then you can either write it down, or you can talk out loud about it, or you can say thoughts in your head, whatever works for you. But for 30 seconds, stay on that subject. So for instance, you could say, I'll use my car as an example. I'm so grateful and thankful for my car. I love my car. My car is so dependable. I know that when I get up in the morning and I go out, my car is going to start, and I know that it's going to get me from point A to point B. And I just love my car. I love the way it feels. I love the way I can sit in the seats, and it's very comfortable to go on long trips. I am so grateful and thankful for my car. It gets great gas mileage, and I find that I don't have to go to the gas station very often. And I'm just so grateful for my car. I love the car. The car just suits me, and it rides so easy. It rides so smooth, and I just love my car. And I'm so grateful and thankful for my car. So that's just an example. And as you're doing this, as you're talking about how grateful and thankful you are, the longer you go on with the conversation and the longer you stay on the subject, you can't help but feel better and feel lifted and like, okay, things are going to get better. So you can do this with absolutely anything. You can do it with your pets. You can do it with your significant other, what you love about them. Your job, your shoes, the chair that you sit in at work, anything at all that you can be thankful for, and keep that in your head or on a piece of paper, whatever works for you, and just start talking a conversation about all the things that you're grateful for. And you'll find as you do that, there's actually a chemical change in the body that goes on that helps us to change how we're feeling. It releases, I think it's the cortisol in your brain. I think that's what it is. That actually helps and defines mood swings, mood changes, and how you feel. And it actually raises that vibration. It releases those chemicals in your body, and you start feeling better. Now, of course, it's really fun to see how long you can keep going with this. I know a friend that was in the same class that I was. She did a grateful gratitude for, I think she said 5 minutes, which I thought was pretty impressive. And, there were some really big changes and some really great things that came out of that for her personally. And it changed her outlook and her perspective at that point in time. So I think it's really important. There's so much going on in the world right now that we really do have to stop and count our blessings and thank the universe for what is showing up, no matter how small it is. And you can do this anytime. I mean, you can just take, a few minutes or 30 seconds while you're standing in line waiting to buy your groceries, and just start a ramble in your head about all the things that you're grateful for and what those things are. And you'll find that it does change your perspective on things. And I've tried this quite a few times, and it really does. It really changes how you see things. So try that. Even just sit down and write down a few things that you're grateful for, and kind of keep those in the back of your mind. And, the next time you have a few spare minutes or just a few seconds, the longer you can keep going on this, the higher your vibration is going to raise and the better that you're going to feel. So take a look around. There's lots and lots of things to be thankful for and grateful for. And if you can just find those little things in your everyday life, it makes a huge, huge difference. So I hope that helps. But give it a try and see what you think about that. I think it's a wonderful thing for everybody to add into their tool bucket, to say the least. Little things like this that can kind of help them through the tough times and the hard times, because we all go through them. We're all human, and we're all going through this human experience together. So the more tools you have in your tool bag, the better off you're going to be. So a little tip to add that to your tool bag. But right now, we are going to go and take a caller. We have Cindy in Crown Point, Indiana. Good evening, Cindy. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What can we do for you this evening?
I thought I had signed up to get a reading. That's what I thought I was doing when I was on the internet.
You are live on the radio. So is there a particular question that you are wondering about, or are you just wanting some general knowledge?
I don't really have a particular question.
Okay. Give me just a few minutes here to kind of zero in and see what Spirit has to say. So if there's going to be a little bit of silence here for just a couple seconds, so just bear with me.
Okay.
Cindy, do you have somebody that is in the armed services? A friend or a family member?
That is alive or that would be deceased?
Well, it could be either, but probably one that has passed.
I've known people. Yeah.
Okay. there's somebody coming through that has been in the armed services. I keep hearing one of the Navy songs running through my head right now.
Okay.
Hang on just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so this person that is stepping forward is telling me that that you've been under a lot of stress and pressure, a lot of worry, and they want you to know that that they are there to basically kind of wash away all those worries. I mean, I'm seeing these big waves coming down and around and kind of washing over you. As far as like a new beginning is coming for you. So all those things that you have been concerned about, they're gonna start evening out, so to speak.
Okay.
Okay. Hang on one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're showing me these big hearts. So I mean, there's so much love for you coming from the other side, and just know that you are being supported 150% from all your loved ones on the other side, and they just want you to know that you're not alone in all of this. That they are right there beside you every step of the way, every single minute. And they want you to take that and let it bring you comfort, because right now you're feeling like you are on your own, like you don't have anybody really to turn to. And they want you to know that they are always there. And they're saying, talk to them. They hear you. So have a conversation with them, and, tell them what, don't be afraid to ask what you are needing in this lifetime, because they are here to help you succeed and help you get the best life possible. And sometimes as humans, we go along in our daily lives and we just go along, and we're going to be able to do this just fine. And they're saying that it would be so much easier for you and everybody else actually who's listening. If you just call upon them for help, you'd be amazed at how much is lifted off of your shoulders. And so they just say, please ask, because they're listening.
I think it was probably my father that came through, because he's been passed for 11 years, and he was in the Navy for a short time when he was younger. But so do they have any idea how much longer it's going to be before I feel, better and things start turning around?
Yeah, so I will say this with one little caveat. I am not really good at channeling the information about timeframes. There's a lot of people that can really pinpoint kind of things. I can tell you, and also along with that is spirit doesn't know time once they've passed, not like we do here on, being humans. But what I'm feeling is that after the first of the year, you're going to, January, February, you're going to start feeling some relief, but then you're really going to start feeling it in the spring. Things are going to start lightening up, and you're going to feel like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. And that it's going to, that it's all going to start coming into play, and really you're going to be able to really start focusing on some of those things.
Do you have any idea why I'm going through this period now? Like what the purpose is, or why it's happening, spiritually?
You're just opening up to some very new beginnings, and you are in an awakening, a transition.
Oh, okay.
And so when we go through that, it's really tough. It can be really tough on us emotionally. It can be tough on us in our bodies. And so if you can just understand that this too will pass, and as it passes, you're going to come out more spectacular, more knowledgeable, more understanding than what you had before. Just to let you know that through the end of the year, if you look at like astrology and things that are happening like that, it's still for empaths, people who are awakening to spirituality and all of that, it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road after the first of the year. Because what's happening is spirit is really pushing us into our calling. So if they think that you're awakening to your spirituality and to being more open into what is coming up, they're going to be right there pushing you even harder and saying, come on, let's move a little faster. You've got this. So I think you're feeling all of that. And so, so just know that, to take care of yourself and to do whatever that is. I mean, water is always really, really good. So taking baths, taking showers, do things that make you feel good, and pamper yourself a little bit, and know that this is just a small transition in your life.
Okay. So it's kind of like a dark night of the soul then too, which is, call it that too.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So just be gentle with yourself. You're going to be just amazing when you come out on the other side. They're showing me, it's just like you are going to be such a bright light. And so don't be surprised if you get spirit coming to you a lot more frequently, and you being able to understand, oh, okay, I know what that is now. So a lot of things are going to be opening up for you. So it's very exciting.
Okay. That's wonderful. That sounds really exciting. So, okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're very welcome, really, Cindy. Have a great night. You're welcome.
Thank you. You too. Okay.
Okay. Bye. Next, we have Taylor in Kentucky. Hello, Taylor. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm very good. Welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you.
What can we do for you tonight?
Well, my grandfather died a couple years ago of COPD, and I am away at college right now, and I would have been the second grandchild out of our family to graduate, and I'll be graduating this year, so I'm just kind of wanting to know if he's still around and he's seen all the progress I've made, if he's proud of me.
Okay. So let me just kind of check in. Let me see if I can bring him forward for you, okay? So hold on just a moment. So Taylor, before I even called him in, he was already here. He is so excited for you, and he is so proud of you. He can see the struggle that you've had to get to where you are. And he said, do not give up. It's all going to be worth it. and it's going to be worth it tenfold, he says. He says he's been with you the entire time. And, probably you have been so focused on school, which is a good thing. But you've been so focused that you haven't been able to feel his presence. But you need to know that he's always there with you, always there with you. And he's got quite the sense of humor, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's kind of chuckling and saying, yeah, well, tell her to call on me and I can give her the answers to all the tests. Yeah, I don't think that's exactly how it goes, but he wanted me to tell you that, and he's just laughing to himself right now. But on that note, you actually can call your grandfather in at any time and say, you're going into a test, or you're very stressed, or you need help with an assignment. Call him in, say, I could really use your help right now as to what direction I need to go. Give me the strength to get me through this test. Call upon your grandfather and all your other team to help you through school, because it'll be so much easier for you. You will find that you'll kind of just glide right through. I'm not saying that it's not going to still be tough. You are in your senior year, so there's still going to be some things in there. But what they can do is they can help lift some of that away from you, and they can guide you. And if you can stay quiet for a few moments each day, then you will be able to hear and understand the signs that they are bringing to you. So your grandfather's actually suggesting that you take at least 5 minutes a day, just 5 minutes, and sit in a quiet space with yourself and just let your mind relax, because you are, as a typical college person on the go, just go, and your brain doesn't really have a chance to rest. And he's seeing that it's wearing on you, and he's saying 5 minutes a day. That's all. That's all he's asking for, is 5 minutes a day, just to sit with you and your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And he said that's going to help. Yeah, he said that's going to help. That's going to help clear your mind. It's going to help clear your space. And it'll give you clarity on the rest of your day going forward. So whether it's in the evening or in the morning, whatever fits you the best. It could be 5 minutes, at your lunchtime, right? Just take some time just to be with yourself and nobody else. And he says that's really going to help you.
Do you see anything else in the future, career-wise and whatnot?
Okay, so before I go there, I have to ask. He keeps saying baby cakes, baby cakes. Is there a significance to that?
I was just a baby as a family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he have little pet names for you then?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where, he just kept saying baby cakes. And I'm like, okay, I'm not sure I understand what that means, but okay. He's just referring to all his little pet names, that he gave you. Okay. So career and job. Okay. So he's telling me that, after graduation, you are not going to be very long before you get your first job. You're not going to have to wait a really long time. Sometimes people get out of college and it takes, 3, 4, 6 months to get a job. And he's saying that's not going to happen. You're going to be able to turn around something pretty quickly, and you're going to be very, very successful. But you're going to have to go through some stepping stones. So that's going to be a little bit of job changes kind of here and there. So don't be discouraged with that, because that's just going to help you move and navigate through the course of things. So, and actually we are coming down to the end of our show. And so I want to thank you, Taylor, for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you.
And don't forget to call in your grandfather. He's there.
Okay.
All right. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everyone. That wraps up our show for this week. Everybody have a safe and happy holiday next week. And we will see you next time on Your Time to Shine. Don't forget to check us out on our Facebook page and also wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.